Hey guys, it's the Plant Doctor. What I want to talk about today are 4 plants that under no circumstances I want to see you put in your landscape. So hopefully at the end of this video, you'll be a better gardener for not putting something in your garden. Let's go take a look. So the first plant I want to show you is actually a vine. This is English ivy. So English ivy is invasive where I'm at. So it was brought over from Europe for ornamental purposes, and it can survive anywhere. It can take full shade, it can take full sun, and it will grow as tall as anything that it's growing on. It will also kill out any limbs in the higher part of this tree. It will kill whatever is growing on. I've seen it kill pine trees. In this particular instance, this is a black walnut, which is very valuable. It's only a matter of time before this tree dies as well. It attaches to things by a modified root structure we call tendrils. So as it goes up, whatever structure it's growing on, these tendrils attach, and it just keeps going higher and higher and higher up the plant, up whatever structure that it's growing on. I've even seen this get in the mortar of bricks and crack the bricks in a house. So this is not a good plant. Don't ever plant English ivy. So the next plant I want to show you is actually this tree above me. I'm going to make some people upset here, but it is invasive. We don't need to be planting this in our landscape. This is Mimosa Tree. Personally, I think it's beautiful. It has a fringy pink-white flower that blooms in midsummer, and it'll hold its bloom for a fairly long time. It's July the 27th, and it still has some blooms on it. It started blooming in June. And then it has these beautiful, beautiful fern-like leaves, very fine textured leaves. It has a weeping growth habit. I understand why people love this plant. However, it is highly invasive. A lot of times you'll see it almost as a monoculture going down a fence row for a cow pasture or something like that. This is native to Asia. It was here again brought over for ornamental purposes. Obviously, beautiful tree, but is invasive to our local environment here in the southeastern United States, as well as other parts of the United States as well. This is Mimosa Tree. The next plant I want to show you, here again, I'll probably make some people mad, but we don't need to be planting this. This is Bradford Pear. So Bradford Pear was introduced in the 1970s as this great ornamental tree, bright white flowers in the spring, great fall color in the fall. It was mass produced, and now it's highly invasive. If you look at like a cow pasture, an empty field, and you see trees in it, chances are it's the offspring of Bradford Pear. Bradford Pear will produce these tiny little pears. The birds come and eat them, they fly off, they do their business somewhere, and then we get new Bradford pears sprouting up everywhere. A couple other things about Bradford Pear that are not going to be good for your landscape. When and if we have a significant windstorm, these limbs will be the first to come down. So they have a very narrow crotch angle, and the angle of the branches along with the diameter of the branch makes it very susceptible to breaking. You may ride around your local neighborhood and you look at the Bradford pears in your neighborhood and you see where limbs have been removed. That's where the wind came through and knocked off the limbs one by one. So there's a lot of different reasons that we don't need to plant Bradford pear in our landscape. The last plant I want to look at is Nandina. So Nandina is here again going to be invasive. If you walk around the woods here in my area, especially in moist areas, you'll see this guy popping up. Not native to the southeast. Brought over here again for ornamental purposes. This is a great shrub. It's evergreen. It gets a unique fall color, and then as we get back into spring, it turns green again. has beautiful berries, but that's the problem with this plant. The birds eat the berries, they fly off, they do their business in the woods, and then we have Nandinas popping up everywhere. Some good news on Nandina. There has been some breeding programs that produce sterile Nandinas, meaning they do not produce berries. So you can have Nandina in your landscape and not worry about producing more invasive plants. So when you go to your retail garden center, you can ask them, and they should be able to tell you if the Nandina they have produces berries or not. But just regular Nandina domestica produces berries like this one, and it is invasive. It's good to be back inside because it is so hot out there. Obviously there's other plants we could talk about. I just wanted to go over 4 that I see most often here in the landscape in and around me. I mean, there's things like privet, there's things like kudzu, creeping euonymus we could have talked about as well. But I just wanted to go over those 4 because those are the ones that I tend to see the most in and around landscapes where I'm at. Guys, as always, thank you for watching The Plant Doctor, and until next time, happy gardening.